Sunday, April 10th, 2022. So I was just making a note of CBS this morning, Sunday edition, about this man who had gotten and put together these charts. And then he got an act signed by a dirty politician, which is Barack Obama, who's in the White House, but he's not the portraits on the wall, and he's not part of the family. So that means it's a dirty hand. Gets confusing as to why that election would have been allowed. However, at the time, there was a man in that house that held some minutes, has to have held minutes in his own whatever defense for the crimes he was witnessing. And here we are at now, this man who goes by the name Router, which usually there's utility tools here for woods craftsmen. When you router something, you put a decorative edge on it or you take an edge off. It's really confusing, but the names sometimes match up to utility in the local area. And so there's to think about this. So he went around and he got other countrymen involved in using the Dirty Corrupt Policy Act to avenge his friend's death, who he tries to highlight. But they used him almost like a siphon to siphon off wealth of something that was supposed to be protecting other pieces of this large universal mastery construction unit that at some level, I mean, to me, a Barack Obama or something like this seems like a shamble. It goes against the integritas whatever that was built. But in my life frame, there's been a few shambles that have been, again, they call it Black Briar on that Jason Bourne thing. That ties into a calendar that's actually in use. My time here, while there's some U.S., sometimes they refer to it as USA, sometimes United States of America is what they use, but it's in the North American continent, where we also have just above us a different swatch of cloth. I've only seen the entire northern top half use one flag in my existence, or my meager existence while waiting here. So this is interesting, but it got cut off earlier.
He successfully campaigned for other countries to adopt the Magnitsky Act to target corrupt officials and human rights abusers. And Browder is proud that it's now...
Now I look at the tank that they use. It has a Z, and it has a face of something that is unfamiliar. So I just want that to be put somewhere in this whatever.
Among the sanctions being used to punish Russia since its invasion of Ukraine.
The story of Sergei Magnitsky.
Which part of Russia? It's 10 time zones. So that Soviet Union that was privatized but broken apart has a lot of moving pieces, and it gets confusing as to which piece is whatever.
He was a tiny microcosm of what's now been multiplied by a million times. The people of Ukraine are bearing the criminal brunt of Vladimir Putin in the same way as we did.
But it feels like they're punishing the wrong people, like they siphoned money off from his ancestry, gave it to the enemy, and now the enemy's using it to punish his people. It's what it looks like. I mean, in what's driving the tank and what hand was writing and signing and what hand was corrupt already in a scandal that nobody's talking about in the North American headlines. I have no idea how the rest of the world was seeing this US, but there's a lot of pieces in the US that are really in some dangerous, like, position, it looks like, in pieces I've collected of evidence. Now, this is a commercial of a play. I feel like I'm up Schitt's Creek. It's mentioned in here. It's called The Minutes.
The smallest towns keep the biggest secrets. The Minutes. A new Broadway play from the Tony-winning playwright and director of August Osage County. Starring Blair Brown, Tracy Letts, Jesse Mueller, and Noah Reed from Schitt's Creek. Nothing in this explosive 90-minute play is as it seems. The Minutes, an astonishing new comedy on Broadway. Tickets on sale now.
Vax Up Booster.
At some point, in order to build one's own defense of one's own position while in something, there is teamwork involved, and there's a whatever in the pieces. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza, it's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxy is broken. It's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. Today's April 10th, 2022.